What's up, Lake Cressida? So, what in the world is going on in the Genovaverse? Big Rob unblocked me. Dale unblocked me. It's like everybody wants to be friends. Someone must have got a hold of Dale and told Dale, you want to be friends with Pooh Bear, you got to give him a little honey. See, I like Dale. I think the thing about Dale compared to me, we're like Yogi and Boo Boo. We're both after the same thing, to get your picnic baskets. Just Dale thinks small, like, oh, look, Yogi, they've got some boneless, skinless chicken breasts in here and some brown rice. Maybe I'll have a little. And I'm like Yogi, we're like, shut up, boo-boo, we're going to eat it all. That's the difference between me and Dale. Yogi and boo-boo. But Dale's a good guy. I don't have anything bad to say about me and Dale. I like to make fun of Dale. And I'm glad the new Dale, with the new Dale account, has a good sense of humor. And he likes the joking around and being part of the camaraderie. And wants to be back part of the piss universe. But Dale is like Boo Boo. And I'm Yogi. Dale thinks small. Like, oh, look, Jay. Someone left a little rice and a little chicken. And I'm like Yogi. I'm thinking, yeah, there's more. Let's go get more, Dale. Now, I think the problem with Dale is that Cornelius has got Dale thinking that being ripped is cool. Well, eh, being ripped is cool. I guess. Unless you want to be a big bear. You either want to stay small like Boo Boo, or you want to get big like Yogi. Dale needs to learn how to eat and how to grow, and how to become a big bear. Does anyone remember little fat Dale? 280 pounds, how cool he was. I do. And then Dale got caught for a show and started thinking that he was the greatest of all time. Then everybody hated him. Yep, that's what happened. If Dale would just bulk and get fat and be nice again, I think everybody would like him a whole lot more. Everyone wants to see a big, fat, round Dale. 280-pound Dale. Benching 5 plates for reps. Squatting 5 plates for reps. That's the Dale Chance I want to see. Not some squirrel cutting for a bodybuilding show, looking for praise from Cornelius. For all we know, Cornelius is trying to bang Dale's wife. Cornelius is kind of a snake in the grass. Cornelius is so desperate for a relationship. He will brainwash anybody. Cornelius. Come on, man. I like Dale. Dale is back in the good graces of the bully. I got nothing bad to say about Dale. Dale just gotten under some bad. If this was pro wrestling, and the Genovaverse is a lot like the WWE. Dale got under bad management. Dale got under the decon way of thinking and doing things, thinking he would get respect, getting ripped, doing a show. Sorry, boo-boo. If you're going to do that, you got to win. Because if you don't win, no one gives a fuck. So, that's all I got to say about my little friend Boo-Boo. Now, this clown Hamburg. Oh, Hamburg's not going to get his way back into the good graces of Jay like Dale did. See, Dale's got balls. See, Dale can make a video and saying, fuck you, Jay, you're a pussy, Jay. Go fuck yourself, Jay. Good for you, boo-boo. Hamburg doesn't have those skills. Hamburg doesn't belong in the Genovaverse. See, I feel bad for Hamburg, because what's Hamburg gonna do when next time he comes to Florida? Who's gonna hang with Hamburg? What's he gonna do? Go to Brew's room and have McCuck show up. I don't even know if fucking Pomps would show up to Brew's room to hang with Hamburg. Hamburg's out. Dale's back in. Well, of course White Claw tastes good. Are you going to do anything that tastes good? Like, what, if you go by taste, why don't you go drink some grape soda and have some hot fries? I go about 4 days without a cigarette, and then I chain smoke. I can't help it. No, I didn't watch Lenny's live stream. What are your true opinions on Nate? I I feel bad for Nate, to be honest. Nate is a man looking for acceptance. All he wants is to be accepted. And when you behave like that, no one's going to accept you. You got to go through life like you don't give a fuck. Then people are going to be like, whoa, what the fuck? This guy doesn't care. I want to see what this guy has to say. Nate wants people to like him. I really don't care if you guys like me or not. I'm just gonna throw truth bombs out there. Nate extorted his grandma's house just like Genova. I don't know the truth about that, so I can't comment. The reason I'm so red-faced is because I have a red light, a dome light above my face. It's called you guys that don't know anything about truck driving, it's called a map reading light so that you don't ruin your night vision. That's why I'm so red, you clowns. It's a map reading light I have on over me. I don't have my dome light on, like a typical white light. Here, I can turn my white light on. There's my white light. There's my map reading light. I'll turn my map lighting. There's no light. That's Jay with no light. Now I'll turn on the red light. Yes. Father. Father comes to you through the real red light. Jay, have you talked to Nate? I have no reason to talk to Nate. I have zero respect for that man. Zero. I'm sorry. People that let a woman dictate how they feel or how they act, you got no room in my universe. Like, let's take Brad for example. You want to talk about Leather Daddy? It doesn't matter who Leather Daddy is in a relationship with. Brad's still the same guy. Brad gives zero fucks about who he's actually in a relationship with, as long as he's in a relationship. You want to know why I like Andrew so much? Because Andrew's like me. Andrew gives zero fucks about women. Lenny. Lenny gives zero fucks about women as well. But Lenny also sucks black dick, so Lenny's a bad example. Fuck Pomps. You know, I think I got Pomps figured out. Pomps is in love with Hamburg's daughter. Jason gives zero fucks about women. That's not true. Jason is so unhappy because even though he has a retarded brain, he was born with two testicles, and he did go through puberty. So Jason's sex drive is part of the reason why he's so nuts. Jason thinks a normal woman wants to be with him and breed and have children and settle down and have a family. Jason would be a lot happier if he got castrated. Trust me. Do you think Jason will ever have a kid one day? Jokes aside, has Rob been cleared for 9/11? Dude, Big Rob Fitness unblocked me. I don't know if you guys saw his apology to Johnny Bravo. I guess Big Rob apologized to my really good friend Joe Piataro, who I still want an apology from. Big Rob wants back in the piss. Big Rob, welcome back to the piss. I think Big Rob unblocked everybody. So, if Big Rob wants to be part of the piss, I say we bring him back into the piss. And I'll tell you guys something about Big Rob. Big Rob, actually, Big Rob Fitness actually has a heart of fucking gold. Big Rob just doesn't know how to handle the piss. Does PJ Braun care about women? PJ Braun loves women a little bit too much. I feel bad for PJ. He's another one who can't be single. PJ's a good guy, but he's another one that lets women ruin him. Dude, I'm telling you guys, if you let women affect your mood or emotions that much, you're never going to be happy. Because for PJ to stay happy, he's gonna have to stay with pinheads. PJ can't have a real woman who has a brain and her own opinions. PJ is gonna keep seeking out someone that's just a simpleton. Someone that just adores PJ and is like a Blackstone robot. Which isn't bad. I mean, I like some Blackstone robots. Some of these Blackstone robots on the internet are good people. It's just that PJ can't be dating a Blackstone robot. Because the second it turns into a real relationship, the dude gets heartbroken. See, and PJ's a good guy. I know that PJ just can't handle real relationships. But can any of us? I mean, how many of you guys out there are really in control of your relationship? Where you know, pretty much none of us. I mean, PJ's got a really nice big house. You know, drives a fucking Ferrari or a Corvette, or Mercedes. All the nice cars that PJ has, and he's got his dad driving the Hellcat Challenger. And he immediately moves these fucking pinheads in and expects them to love him for who he is. That's never gonna work. Ever. So, but other than that, I love PJ. PJ is a good friend of the Misfits. And I know a lot of you guys think I'm some kind of pussy because you guys all think I backed out of my fight with PJ. Give me a fucking break. That shit was never real to begin with. That all started because I was trolling that fucking Diana Maybrook, who we're all continuing to troll. Adam McLeod and Chris Bra are continuing to fucking troll Diana Maybrook really well. And I love seeing that fucking cunt get what she deserves. But she's mature. Diana Maybrook is wasting her grandparents' money on this new venture she has. It's eventually going to go out of business. And whoever she got to provide her with the capital to start it is going to be out that money. But she's a spoiled little cunt. And a spoiled little cunt is going to feel entitled to start a new venture. Who's Ray from the Trailer Park Boys? I don't know. She has a bigger midsection than you. I doubt that. I got a real good Lenny gut going right now. Have you ever been married or would ever you get married? No, I've never been married. I'm lucky. That's one reason I can live such a good lifestyle being a homeless trucker, is because I don't have any ex-wives or any kids. So, and I'll tell you what, thank God that I'm a trucker right now during this pandemic, because I'm still making the same amount of money. Jay, get ripped. Dude, I don't have the self-discipline to get ripped. I'd rather eat mac and cheese and bench 5 plates. And come on. Like, I give a lot of credit to someone like Dale Chance, who can actually get shredded and do a show. I don't want to give up all this muscle. Like, you know how much muscle you lose when you do a show? Dale was a fucking beast before he ever got ripped to do a show. Jay, I want a physics lesson on bands. Dude, go Westside Barbell. Follow Westside Barbell on Instagram. And follow what Louis Simmons has to say about strength. Actually, you know where, I can tell you where Louis Simmons gets a lot of his ideas from. There's a great Soviet athlete named Anatoly Bondarchuk who won the gold medal in the hammer throw in 1972. Anatoly Bondarchuk was responsible for most of the development of the great Soviet athletes. After he retired from being an athlete, he became a coach. And Anatoly Bondarchuk, remember that name, Bondarchuk. He's written so many manuals on the development of how you train an athlete. And Americans are so behind the curve on how to develop an athlete. Like, you fools that are doing bicep curls and side lateral raises for delts with bands while the gyms are closed aren't complete morons. Like, whereas a Bondarchuk athlete would be doing box jumps, training explosive power, using the major muscle groups of the legs and hips and abs and lower back. I really don't like West Side Barbell because I think, like, that little fat guy they got that totaled 3,010 in a powerlifting meet, wearing multiply gear. He's a clown. But some of the principles that West Side Barbell has are fucking awesome. If you follow West Side and look at what Louis has done to adapt the Soviet principles towards powerlifting, and you have a brain and you filter through the nonsense and apply it to real muscle building or strength building, and not apply it to, lifting in a squat suit or a bench shirt. There's some good principles in there. You guys don't think Louis knows physics? You guys are idiots. Louis' number one suggestion to beginner lifters is go get yourself a fucking ninth grade book on fucking, to learn high school physics on how to force equals mass times acceleration. I know you guys hate me saying that, but that's a West Side Barbell principle to the core. And he got that from Bondarchuk, from the Soviet Union. But the Soviets did it did it much better. Like, I mean, some of you guys, most of you guys are too young to remember when the Soviets had all those white boys that every year would compete with our African Americans in the Olympics. And our Africans would really struggle to beat these Soviets. So to think that the Africans have an advantage in genetics is really a misnomer. If you read the great teachings of Bondarchuk or Louis Simmons. I mean, there's white boys out there that could be greater than LeBron James. I guarantee it. They're just soft fucking American pussies. We all know these big, soft American pussies. They're like 6'9", 270, never touched a weight in their life, and they're just big pussies. That's because they grew up in the American system. Are the Misfits still active? Yeah, we just did a video at Bradford Manor. I don't know. The OG Misfits just got together, brah. Remember, Brad doesn't live in Delray anymore. I don't live in Delray anymore. Lenny doesn't live in Delray anymore. Andrew is the only one who still lives in Delray. The OG Misfits have all moved away. So when we get together and do a video, it's a special fucking thing. When is OJ going on the podcast? OJ probably wants money. And I'm an OJ Simpson fan. And I'll tell you why. OJ Simpson was probably the first. OJ Simpson changed football. He was the first running back in the NFL with Olympic sprinter speed. Okay? Now, what OJ did after he retired, some of it's good, some of it's bad. But let's take a look at what OJ allegedly did. Okay? And I say allegedly because the man had his day in court and he was found not guilty by a jury of his peers. So if you judge OJ, well, you weren't on that jury. OJ allegedly murdered a chick who had a couple of fucking mixed breed kids and a bisexual waiter. Now, if OJ wasn't a public figure, most people would think, well, shit, he did a public service. He killed a white woman who was pumping out fucking mixed breed kids and a fucking bisexual fucking waiter. So, if you leave your racism aside and think about what OJ allegedly did, was he really that bad of a guy? Even if what they allege is true. I mean, think about it. Most white people, most people that are called racists, hate OJ. I don't hate OJ because I have a brain. Think outside the box for a second. What OJ allegedly did. He allegedly killed a fucking whore who had 2 mixed breed children and a bisexual waiter. How many of you wouldn't agree that what he allegedly did isn't really that bad? He did humanity a favor. That's my point. racism is why people don't like OJ. So when people say, oh, Jay Masters is a racist, I'm too cerebral to be considered a racist. If I was a racist, I would hate OJ. But when I take a look at what the man did in his lifetime, I fucking love the guy. Did OJ ever hurt you? Did OJ ever hurt a white woman that you know? Think about it. OJ never hurt anybody I know. And the man had his day in court. And I'm an American. I believe in our criminal justice system. And I'll tell you what. Let me tell you guys something about the American criminal justice system. The American criminal justice system is designed to let off 10 guilty men before it ever convicts an innocent man of a crime he didn't commit. Now think about that for a second. The American criminal justice system is designed to let off 9 guilty men because you couldn't prove it before it ever puts an innocent man in prison. Isn't that a good thing? Talk about something else, you porch lover. Not a porch lover. I'm waiting for the coronavirus to hit the southern hemisphere. You know what's going to make Big J happy? When the coronavirus hits Brazil. And all those fucking little thong-wearing fucking faggots with abs get the coronavirus. All these little fitness fags with six-pack abs, and it hits their country. Talk about Hamburg or Dale. I don't need to talk about Dale. Dale's my little buddy. I haven't trained in 2 weeks now. Because if I can't get in a real gym and pound out some real iron, my body just needs the rest. What would if someone like me who's put up 500 in a meet on film, documented, benching 500, what good is it going to do me to do some fucking faggy workout at home with some fucking dumbbells or some bands? Nothing. You people that are like stressing about the gyms being closed, I want you to think about something for a second. Think about all the guys in the NFL, National Football League. Big, giant men that just on Sundays dominate motherfuckers. Huge motherfuckers that just go out there and fucking slug it out and dominate people based on their size. Do you think they stress over missing a weightlifting workout over 2 weeks? Hell no. Most of these guys in the NFL are so happy that they get to stay at home and just rest and recuperate. So the only people that are upset about gyms being closed are the small people. Think about that for a second. Like, now I'm old. I'm 50. I'm 51 years old. But let's talk about someone who's maybe 30, who's big and strong. Guy who can squat 1,000, bench 700. Do you think he's going to lose 1 ounce of muscle if he doesn't train for 2 weeks? Absolutely not. The really big men are going to actually benefit from this. Like, think about the world's strongest man. Guys that are that big. Like a guy like Brian Shaw. If Brian Shaw takes 2 weeks off from training, somebody explain to me how that's going to hurt him. It's not. It's only going to hurt you guys that are 175 pounds, that are just struggling to try and get to 200. Because you guys have the mindset that if you miss a workout, you're going to lose muscle. And you got to get away from that mentality that football players don't care if the gyms are closed. They're still going to be big. They're still eating like football players. So some of you smaller guys that are stressing, why don't you take advantage of this time and just eat like a football player and rest your muscles and your joints and all those nagging injuries you've had that are, like the typical guy that, has some shoulder pain and he can't seem to get that 315 bench that he's been working for years. And if you're that typical guy who's been struggling for years trying to get that 315-pound bench, and you got this nagging shoulder pain, how's 2 weeks off going to hurt you? Why are you stressing? You know what that stress produces is cortisol. And cortisol will make you more likely to get the goddamn flu. Time to put on the glasses. Where are they? I'm trying to help you guys. Think about the great ones in the NFL. Like, think about, let's use a real douchebag for an example, like a Warren Sapp, who's a complete asshole. How much weights do you think that fat slob did in college? Not a lot. Probably as little as he could get away with. Then he went to Tampa. And he was okay his rookie year. But then, like, come his second or third year in the NFL, he was a force to be reckoned with. Because they got him on a real NFL fucking weightlifting routine. If you're a true big man, like a big slob, like a Warren Sapp, 2 weeks without lifting is not going to hurt you. Everyone needs to stop the stressing. You want to stay small? Like, if you want to stay small, keep stressing. If you want to make gains, I would just eat like a football player until the gyms reopen. Meat, potatoes, rice, pasta, vegetables, and just feed your muscles and rest. Then when the gyms open back up, you're ready to rumble again. You think football players, those big, huge, gigantic guys, nail the weights 52 weeks a year? No, they don't. Absolutely they don't. I'll guarantee you they don't. Think about, God rest his soul, Reggie White. Probably one of the best defensive tackles in the history of the goddamn sport. Over 300 pounds. You think if Reggie White took 2 weeks off from training, he would be worse off? Absolutely not. He would come back with less injuries, less pain, and be ready to attack the weights again. So quit thinking like a 200-pound squirrel, and think like a 300-pound big man. Even if you're not a 300-pound big man, think like, use your brain. Think what you want to be. You want to stay at 175-pound squirrel, or do you want to be a 300-pound big man? 300-pound big man is not going to bat an eye at these fucking gym closures. Most of these NFL players are so content and happy at home. Like, watching cable TV, doing their game consoles, and having their food, and just eating and resting, and not having some coach with a whistle fucking scream at them. And they're going to come back fucking bigger and fucking stronger. So I see all these videos and training with bands. You think that's going to save you? Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. Yeah, Big Rob. Train more like Big Rob. Is Big Rob on here? No. Wait. Here's a good one. This message for Jay Masters. If you ever talk about Jason Genova again, you will see me face to face. Yeah, Big Rob said that. I train with bands too. Bands are awesome, but the bands have to be attached to a mass. Like, you guys don't get it. Like on my speed workouts for bench, I like doing like a west side barbell dynamic bench routine, which is like 9 sets of 3 with 3 different grips. You want to do that with like 60% of your mass or max. So let's say my max is 500. 60% is only 300. So if I don't have 300 raw barbell weight available, I can put on some chains or some bands and make a 300. That's how you get fucking strong. Is adding bands or chains to a mass. Here's a good question. First gear cycle. I would say go big or go home. Your first cycle is going to be your best. It's almost like doing your first line of cocaine. You're always going to be chasing that buzz after your first steroid cycle. So, if I was going to do my first steroid cycle over again, I would do deck on D-ball. Test, deck on D-ball. You guys that want to like put like a toe in the water to feel the water, like, I just want to do a real mellow first cycle. No, that's not the way to go. Hit your first cycle hard. Put on 40 pounds. Because you're never going to get that opportunity ever again. If you do it. Jay, thoughts on Brian Shaw and Eddie Hall trying to do bodybuilding? No comment. I was thinking doing test and master on my first, but I don't do powerlifting. Masteron is a good Masteron is more of a designer drug to make what you're doing better. How much, Lake Cressida, how much acne will that give you, though? All right, I got 28 seconds remaining. If you're worried about acne, you're never gonna be a beast. I never got the real bad back acne.